So this little boy Manuel, he has scoliosis and CP, but he's very neglected. The people, family who are looking after him, they are not underweight. He is underweight. That means it's neglect. Why else? If they are not feeding him properly, if they have enough food to stay with weight on themselves and he's in that condition, it's neglect. They're just not looking after him properly. So I presume he's probably just alone all the time in the dark, and as they knew we were coming, they'd brought him outside ready. But definitely a scenario where he'll have a 90+% increase in quality of life if he comes with us, and also a longer life, because if he remains like this he won't live much longer, because he's so malnourished. And today they fed him only maize flour with boiled greens, but the rest of the family clearly are eating something else, otherwise they wouldn't have weight if they were just eating maize flour and boiled greens. So it's a difficult one, but in instances like this they've agreed to let him come to the village. I've asked if one of the sisters will come, maybe we can get her to work there so he keeps that family connection open. But this runs deep into the culture. Could be anything from, at least he's alive, at least they've cared for him in some which way, shape or form. But that level of malnourishment, it can only be neglect. There's enough food for the rest of the family to be weighty. Why is he like that? There's no other causality. So it will be better Emmanuel comes with us, and hopefully we can get one of his older sisters to come, and maybe she can find employment and start helping Mum, because they are very poor where we are living. So. Every 2 weeks. And how does she take him to the hospital? Okay, she uses a motorcycle to take that old man to the hospital and change his catheter every 2 weeks. They have brought me to their neighbour, and their neighbour is a very elderly woman with a husband who's completely disabled. He can't walk, he can just sit up. He has a catheter that she has to change every 2 weeks at a hospital, which is quite far. We're in the bush here, I think, as you can see. There's just nothing around, no development, there's no electricity and so on. And she has to get money for a motorcycle to put him and her on a motorcycle and take him to the hospital and change this catheter. And she has a special needs granddaughter living with her as well, who is very disabled actually. So her disability is not minor, is what I mean by that. So it's quite an unbelievable situation to run across. I asked if she wants help, and very humbly she said, "No, I'm managing, I'm doing okay." So we'll offer some financial support for the transport to the hospital, give her our number in case of emergencies, and give her the money for medication for her granddaughter here who's having seizures. So. I'm terrified of your toes.